Man, welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. Got the squad with us today. Got some football on too, man. So if you don't hear us talk for a few seconds, because we're all just staring at the TVs. Kraft, man, what's up?
What's going on, bud? Just sitting here watching this game. Go Eno.
Yeah, we all seem to be pulling for Eno for some reason tonight.
I'm pulling for Hopkins, man.
Ian, the Slim Eazy in the building, pulling for Hopkins. What's going on, Ian?
What up, man? I need Hopkins to go. I've been holding him on my bench all year long. I need you to get a few passes.
Just been holding him.
I don't need him to blow up and have a huge night, but worth me holding on to him. Be like, okay, I can start him next week.
Yeah, I think D Hop's gonna be doing all right. I know some people were down on him, but he's gonna be more healthy than a lot of people. Oh, but shoot, man, before we hop on the news and stuff like that, man.
My bad.
Add the podcast. Nah, it's all good. We just talking and chopping it up. Add the podcast. Add me on Twitter. Give us a 5-star review. 5-star review. Damn it! Just go ahead and do it. Kraft got a bud in his hand. Got to get right for the show. I got to go to work tonight, or I'll be getting right with him. But maybe for the weekend. So we'll see how it is. But Kraft, man, just hit us with some news, man. Like, what's going on out there in these streets?
What kind of job you got where you can't drink at work? That's what I'm wondering.
I just don't want to drive drunk, but I'll walk in there sauced.
I can get dropped off.
All right. Quick news. Elijah Moore requests a trade already. He ain't been in the league but for 2 years, but he wants out. I would, Jets are playing good right now. That's just a selfish NFL player. Don't care if you're winning or losing. He just wants to be gone. Looks like to me.
Wow.
Man, I'm with you on that. That's some diva stuff right there. Your team's winning. You can't be complaining now.
He ain't even a superstar.
I know, man. You're not even the best receiver on your squad, bro. So, slow your roll, Elijah Moore. Slow your roll. You're going to be a Jet for the next. This ain't the NBA where you can request a trade and they just ship you on out. You're going to be stuck there for at least a couple more years.
Yep. Better get the little saying down. Jets, Jets. That's going to be you, man. You better learn it
now. What else we got, Kraft?
One unexpected one I seen, Damian Harris was full participant today at practice. I thought he was going to be out for a minute.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but this is the Patriots, so I feel like they'd be, trying to trick the other team with their practice report. So,
well, let's just say he's full participant or whatever. Like, what does this do for Ramondre Stevenson?
He just goes back to where he was.
You think so? You don't
50-50, think? I feel like maybe 60-40.
See, that's where Bill's got to be like, yo, Ramondre's well, the thing is, though, Damian Harris, he really don't look bad every time I see him neither, but Ramondre Stevenson's good, so it's like, I'd be.
Yeah, they're both solid.
Yeah, I would let them tote the rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that was surprising when Mac Jones was limited today. Is it Zappy? Or is it Mac Jones? Is there any controversy who starts there?
Hey, I've been saying it could be. I mean, I don't know. They won the past couple games. You know how it is. I don't know, man. You just got to see it play out.
Dude, I like old little Bailey Zappi, man. He seems cool. I was telling my cousin, we were talking on the phone the other day. I said, if there's one team that knows how to draft quarterbacks, because we were talking about the Packers not being able to do so, it is the New England Patriots, man. Like, for some reason, they always find these guys. They don't find, Jalen Hurts and this, that, and the other, but that guy you don't have to find, man. They somehow scoop these dudes out of the 7th round, and they just come out looking and talking and playing like a superstar, kind of, and it's just crazy to watch, man.
I think, Bill Belichick just got lucky. Tom just fell in his lap. That's how I see it. Just dropped
Hey,
right in.
I think the coaching makes the quarterbacks look good too. Put Bailey
Yeah.
Zappi on the Jaguars or the Texans or something. He's not looking like Bailey Zappi with the Patriots.
Agreed.
That's a good point.
What else we got out there?
I got a crazy one, dude. You're not gonna believe this, but Kadarius Toney didn't practice today.
No way.
Dang, for real, man.
Crazy, bro.
I don't even,
Crazy.
man. Kadarius, man. You know what? I'm starting to wonder if this dude is ever hurt. I think he just wants to get traded. If he get traded, he'd probably start being healthy.
Who knows? But I just figured you'd love that one. But Dak Prescott said he's going to start on Sunday. And Jonathan Taylor was a full participant 2 days in a row. I looked on my Yahoo. He didn't even have a Q by his name. So I feel like he's ready to roll.
Yep. Got a couple games off. I think he's ready. Maybe for a little back half of the year push. Well, back half for
Stretch
fantasy.
them out.
Yep. So.
Yep. And here's a frustrating one. J.K. Dobbins missed his second straight practice.
Yep.
This is Thursday when we're recording right now, so not looking good for Sunday.
I would look elsewhere if you can. I would expect Dobbins not even to play. That's how I would approach it.
Yeah. They said his knee tightened up. Not good when you just come off an ACL injury.
Right. Agreed.
And
Not good. Tightened up means swole up.
Yeah. Think so too. But keep an eye on Mark Andrews. I don't really know. It says knee, something's up with his knee, but he missed 2 straight practices also. They said yesterday was a veteran rest day, but today he missed practice also. So keep an eye on that one. And Kenny Pickett, he practiced in full on Wednesday. He might start.
I think he
will start.
I seen that old Kenny Pickett. Tomlin said if this dude's clears protocol or whatever, he's going.
Mm-hmm. That's what I seen too. And
I got to start him in the Superflex this week.
I was thinking about it, dude. That's a good kind of segue into a segment, man. Because I'm starting 5 running backs, dude, and wondering if I should start Kenny Pickett in there. But it seems I think I should do the 5 running backs because I got Ken Walker, JT, Josh Jacobs, Damian Pierce, and I think that's it. Is that and Brees Hall?
Brees Hall.
What league is this? Jeez,
a dynasty league, bro.
Dang, you got a lot of running backs, man. That's how I am. I got some
all
of them
the
guys.
rookies.
Yeah,
I picked all the rookies.
And you hitting on a couple of them too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just they just got left to me. They were like, "Please don't leave me here in the misfit toy section," and I was like, "I'm a misfit too. Let's go." And now I must fit these players in my lineup, so I think I'm not going to start a quarterback, bro, or a second quarterback. I think I'm just going to throw the 5 runs in there.
I heard that. Yeah.
Man, don't sound like a bad idea. What do we call you in the fantasy football world? What's your nickname?
Oh, that'd be well, the ones who know me call me the running back whisperer, bro. The ones who know me, man, because somehow or another, I'm gonna find you.
Oh my God, Marquez Callaway just broke like a 70-yard. I think that's Callaway. He's tall, got dreads. It ain't Kamara.
Is it number 4? It's on the. Oh no.
Yeah, well, shoot, man. We'll just break these games down game by game. We'll just start it off with the game we sitting here staring at right now. New Orleans, Arizona. It's already going. Like I said, I'm playing Eno tonight. I'm going against Eno tonight. Eno was a lot of people plugging in Eno. I would have suggested it myself if you would have had.
Sorry, bro.
Nah, go for it. Got D Hop in the building tonight too. So.
Yeah, man. I was thinking on Eno, dude, because I picked him up originally and then dropped him, and been kind of watching him, but not very close. But I feel like here lately he's not been doing great. So why were you up for sure start on him tonight.
Shoot, I was just saying.
I just feel like he's getting all the work.
Yeah, starting running back, getting some passing work, stuff like that. Plus, I'm in a pinch. I had to have him.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get down to
He's
bye
starting
weeks.
for me and my Yahoo.
Yeah, bye weeks, injuries. Like, yo, Eno, you gotta go.
You got 6 points for me already. First quarter. I'll take it.
Good start.
What y'all think about D-Hop coming back tonight?
Yeah, Ian, what you thinking about it?
I'm thinking he's primed and ready to go, dude. He's one of those players that he stays ready. It just seems like you look at him and he doesn't change emotion. I'm excited for him. You know, it's not like I said about Thomas coming back. It's always good to see when elite players get back in the game and see what they really do. And I think he's gonna have a good game. And the Cardinals really need him right now. I feel like, man, they seem to be struggling all around, and so we'll see what happens, dude. I'm wondering if it's gonna Zach Ertz's targets. What do y'all think, Austin?
I think Zach Ertz is gonna. I would have said that Zach Ertz was gonna take a hit, but Marquise went down, so I think it's more of the same for Ertz.
Yep.
Good to hear from me.
I'm with you. I agree 100%. I thought it was all going to work out good for Hollywood and DeAndre Hopkins. I thought it was going to get even better for Hollywood because then they could start throwing the ball down the field to him a little bit. But that's all over with. That dude's out for 4 to 6 weeks at least. Maybe for the rest of the year. We'll just have to see how it goes. You want to talk about the Saints real quick? No Michael Thomas.
All injuries.
Yeah, all injuries. Olave's a must play for me. I'm always plugging him in. Especially in this one league I am. He's like one of my best guys. So Olave, definitely playing. Kamara, you're definitely playing him. Who am I missing? That White, number 17 White. Did you play him, Kraft? We just saw him busted.
Oh, number 17. Oh, is that that's that dude who used to play for the Bears. What's his name? Kevin White, or starts with a K.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, he used to play for the Bears. He was like a first-round pick back when.
Yeah, out of Louisville.
Yeah, he was a big name coming in, but shoot. I mean, we're recording this after the week's gone, but I guess we're talking about the future. So Taysom Hill, you know, you can throw him in. He might get some goal line work, a carry in your tight end spot. I mean, he ain't gonna get you nothing. And you know, you got Kamara, Andy Dalton may be a super flex play, and I think that's about it with all these injuries. They're tore up. They're tore up right now.
Pretty much sums it up for the night. That's that analysis in mid-game, that mid-game analysis.
Mid-game analysis.
So,
Fox, hit me up.
Oh, Kamara. Okay, well, shoot. Let's move on, man. I got the list right here. Thursday night football. Before I say and move on to the first game, just glad to see some teams moving the ball up and down the field. These Thursday night games have been so bad.
No doubt.
But shoot, man, let's break it down.
Guess who just scored, Matt?
Who?
Guess who just scored on the goal line? Take a guess. Goal line Saints.
I'm going to say Taysom Hill.
Mark Ingram.
Taysom Hill.
Oh, man, that's tough, man. I hope you played Taysom Hill tonight, fellas. That dude's been taking away so much work from
That's why Kamara hasn't scored a touchdown, man.
Crazy, man. But shoot, let's just move on, man. Cleveland headed to Baltimore. You know, Brissett may be a super flex play, maybe. But Chubb, you think Chubb? I think he had, let me just take a little look. I think Chubb had a little off game last week versus New England, but that is New England. You think he bounces back this week versus Baltimore, Kraft?
Shoot, against Baltimore, yeah, I think he's just fine. Chubb is, you know, as good as a pick that you could have drafted this year, and just throw him in there. It don't matter if the matchup's good or bad. This isn't a bad matchup. It's kind of an average matchup, but you know, trust in Chubb, and Chubb we trust.
Amen, brother.
Agreed. Kareem Hunt, Are you putting Kareem Hunt in your lineups? I mean, to me, that they need to just take Kareem Hunt out the game, get him out the field to give Chubb more play. But you
Yeah, he
playing?
needs. In my opinion, man, he needs a new home. Kareem's
Yeah,
just like he's a dog out there. He's a dog. Don't get me wrong. He can run the hell out of the ball. He can catch the ball, but he just needs a new place to rest his little head, man. And all that stuff that happened to KC's long behind him. Like I think it's time for him to find somewhere and for Nick Chubb to get the full workload there, man. I mean,
yeah,
he's already a bell cow, and I think Kareem Hunt would shine somewhere else. I don't know where, but
yeah. I say it all the time. Nick Chubb would be Derrick Henry if they'd give him the work. Uh,
yeah, I wouldn't
Kraft.
start him though.
Yeah, yeah. Kraft, would you start him? Maybe in a pinch, maybe,
I
but
think he's a decent flex play. I mean, it depends. This is a lot of bye weeks this week. I mean,
For
if you want somebody who plays about 50% of snaps and is going to get about 10 to 15 opportunities and maybe some goal line work, that's what you're looking at with Hunt. Is just he'll get the rock every now and again, no crazy amount, and he might score a touchdown, but
um,
it's super tough.
Kraft, your boy Amari Cooper, gone
Yes. What about him? What about
number
Coop?
and PPR leagues. He's the number 10 wide receiver, so obviously we playing him. Uh, I like to say he's your boy and stuff like that. Since you were saying you didn't want to roster him, just cracks
every
me.
time,
Did
every
y'all watch that
time.
game last week? Y'all
Yeah.
remember? Y'all remember? I promised that he wouldn't score over 5 fantasy points last week. He scored. He scored 12, and I was watching the game, and they didn't challenge a touchdown, and that man stepped out of bounds.
Did he
Ah,
really?
yes, he said.
Oh,
I was playing against him. Luckily, I still won, but I was like, "Come on,
And
his foot
cost
is
me,
out of
man.
bounds."
It cost me, man. I lost last week's matchup, and stuff like that made me lose, man. I was like, what? It is what it is, though. That's fantasy for you.
that's fantasy, man.
Shoot. Peoples Jones. Any interest in him, Kraft?
Mm, nah, with the bye weeks around, I don't. He's okay. He's getting a decent amount of work. Trying to find his name on the sleep rap, but there's like 1,000 Jones on here. But I think he's getting close to. Let me look at this thing right here. Game log: 5 targets last week, 4 receptions. He's getting about four receptions a week. I don't know. It's okay. It's just okay.
Um, we got Njoku. You know how we feel about tight ends. I feel like Njoku's just as any good tight end to play. In fact, I think Njoku looks really good this year. Number 6 tight end in PPR leagues. Had a down week last week, but that was against New England in that defense. Not really much to say
Mhm.
about, but let's just talk about this Baltimore squad we got going on over here. Lamar, you're obviously playing. Dobbins been a little banged up, so like we said last episode, Kenny Drake was the guy on the waiver wires to go and get. How we feel about that, Ian?
Man, I think Kenny Drake is the man to get there right now, dude, because Dobbins is banged up and he seems to stay that way. And Kenny Drake didn't look bad last week, dude. He looked like a hungry dog, ready to eat and fight, and he got down there and got the thing done, dude. But I was wondering about Gus Edwards. Sorry, that's why it took me a second. I was reading up on him, and it looks like he will be back soon as well, dude. You think he's gonna dig into it, Austin?
I think when it comes to Gus, he had the same injury that Dobbins had, so it's kind of like wait 2 weeks or wait a week, see how many carries he gets, see how
Mm-hmm.
much they're going to ease him back in, and then just roll with it. But Gus Bus is going to be the Ravens. They got to want it to be Dobbins number one and Gus number two
Right.
Yeah, agreed.
eventually.
That's the goal. I would say. I say Rashad Bateman was limited today. Think he's missed a couple. He's missed the past couple games. I would try to stay away from Bateman if I could, but you're probably if he's available, you're probably going to have to play him most likely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, he's a pretty good player, but like you said, I mean, if he's available, you probably want to play him. I feel like he's got a high ceiling, dude. Like I feel like he can bust out at any point, but you never know, man. They run the ball.
Mark Andrews, like we said in the news before we got to rolling, I would expect him to play, but he ain't been practicing. So, but Mark Andrews is that guy. I would expect him to go, but you'll just have to be on the lookout for that one.
Mm-hmm. If Mark Andrews is out there, it doesn't matter. You just
pull
throwing
him
that
in.
joker in there.
Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just move on to Tampa Bay. They're gonna roll up against Carolina, a Carolina that's done. What you call it? They're gonna start old PJ Walker this week. Christian McCaffrey's been in trade rumors. You're obviously playing Christian McCaffrey. We wanted this. I want to see him get traded because I just want to see what it's gonna look like. I would say in your deep leagues or whatever, I might think about trying to stash Deontay Foreman on my team just in case that trade goes down. You get you a little running back starting for a franchise, but other than Christian McCaffrey, I don't really want DJ Moore or anybody else out there.
Nah, this game's quick, and that was good. That was very smart. You saying to stash Deontay Foreman. He should get some work, but still the Panthers' offense. He don't catch the ball like McCaffrey does. I don't know how much he's going to even score when he gets in, but you want the starting running back for any NFL team. So if you just have an empty bench spot, you want to throw somebody in, that's not the worst thing you can do.
Right. But shoot, Tom Brady going against the Panthers. Is this the game Tom Brady? I think this might be the week we see Tom Brady step on some necks this week, man. They're going against a terrible team. They need to go ahead and bounce back, run up the score, type stuff like that. What you think about that take right there, Ian?
Man, I think that's a terrific take, bro. I needed to take off too. And Tom Brady's one of those players where we've seen it time and again where it seems to take him a few weeks to get going. They have had a banged up offensive line, and I think they're getting a little bit healthier now. It's only a matter of time until he turns into terrible Tom again and just starts lighting people's fires up. But I think this is a good game for him to bounce back, for everybody on that team to have a good little week, because, it's kind of been just barely making it. And, man, that Carolina team is just in shambles, dude. They're falling apart and right before our eyes. And I think it will be good for McCaffrey to get on out of there.
Yeah. Free McCaffrey. Leonard Fournette, shoot, just as good as anybody. You're definitely starting him. I would expect Leonard Fournette to have a huge game, along with Mike Evans and Godwin. I think, I'm just expecting a lot. I know it's a possibility they might blow these guys out, but I think even if they start blowing them out, they're going to just put their foots on them necks and just roll at it. They've been struggling this year.
Yeah.
That's how I see this game going, Kraft.
Yeah, you know how them big colleges pay them small schools to beat the shit out of them. Yeah. That's I think like they get up by like 21 zip, they're just going to be like, all right, we need to start practicing our 2-minute drill and shit, just killing them. I think they're just going to, like you said, just stomp on their neck, and it's going to be Godwin time, Mike Evans time. And speaking of Fournette, man, he's probably the most bust-proof running back in the NFL, in my opinion.
I agree.
He will not let you down.
Yeah, man.
Go for it, Ian.
Yeah, dude, he gets a lot of passing work, and a lot of times, they're playing from ahead, especially in this game. I think Leonard Fournette's going to have a lot of garbage time work. He's a good little guy to have.
I seen Julio came back to practice, I think. Russell Gage. Those are guys that I'm not really playing. Maybe Gage if I absolutely had to, but I would just hope I didn't have to. But Julio, you definitely not playing. Any love for these tight ends, these games? K. Dotton, Thomas for the Carolina. I definitely not Carolina. I'll definitely avoid that one. But
yeah, I don't have much to say about these tight ends. They're just you can do better. You can do better. K. Dotton, maybe but you had to be extremely desperate. There's a lot of tight ends I want to play over him.
Yep, definitely. All right, we got the Falcons headed to the Bengals. My Falcons, balling out last week, just dominating. Oh, San Fran. But San Fran did have their whole defense just gone. Like, their whole front seven was just out of there. Oh, man, just watching some football. All right, yeah, Mariota might be a good super flex play. Algier, heck, you know what? I don't want to play him, but in a redraft league, I have to play him. So I got Algier in my lineup. I would not recommend it though to everybody out there listening. But what are we thinking? Drake London, Kyle Pitts. I like Drake London, but Kyle Pitts, he scored a touchdown last week. He still didn't crack double digits, man.
I don't like Drake London.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'll play Drake London, but I'm with you. If I had better options, I would love to play somebody other than these Atlanta guys. What you think, Ian?
Yeah, dude, that's kind of what I got going on, man. I got London on the bench this week. Not saying he's a bad player or a bad play, but it's just not a matchup that I prefer. Plus, I think they're going to be running the ball a little bit more. And actually, I'd almost rather have Huntley, man. Looking at them on the field together, Huntley looked a little bit better, man. I don't think he got as many. Let me see right quick. They played about the same amount of snaps. But it looked like Huntley had a few less, but he had a couple more carries, and it looked like they were pretty good. They might have a little two-headed dragon going on, but I honestly wouldn't start anybody on the Falcons right now unless you have to. But
yeah, if anything, I'd want to play Mariota in Superflex League over like these other guys. But sorry if y'all hear a baby screaming in the background. Bath time. What you call it though? Joe Burrow. Bengals, got it back on track last week. I know me and Kraft was talking about we ain't really big believers still from here on out with the Bengals, but what do we make of this? Atlanta's been playing some good football lately. You expect these guys to step it up again, Ian?
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a good one, dude. Where are they playing? They're playing in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I think it'll be a good one, dude. I got my eyes on Jamar Chase. He's gonna be who's the cornerback over there again? What's his name?
Yeah, AJ Terrell.
Terrell. Yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of him, and so I think that'll be a good little fight over there. T. Higgins, Boyd. I mean, you kind of want to start all those guys, but I think it's gonna be a shootout, really. So we'll see. I know I said they're gonna be running the ball, but I think it's gonna end up being pretty close, and they're gonna have to throw it.
Yeah, what you think, Kraft?
Yeah, I think that that Atlanta's going to be a lot easier to throw the ball on than run the ball on. They've actually been pretty decent against the run. I kind of feel like Arthur Blank has just, got into these guys and they're like, we're going to stop the run and we're going to run the hell out of the ball.
Yeah.
So, Atlanta's number 9 against the run this year. And I think Zach Taylor is starting to get to the point where he trusts Burrow all the way. And it's going to be time for him to, hand the reins over to Burrow, and they're going to be chunking the hell out of the ball, maybe like the Bills do.
Yeah, it's crazy that it got to that point where he's got to trust Burrow all the way. Anyways, I guess my question is Tyler Boyd, are you playing him? I know T. Higgins been a little banged up. I played him last week. It paid off a little bit. Boyd, would you try your best to throw him in the lineup?
Yeah, man. I think you can kind of trust Boyd a little bit. He's your big flyer down there, but T. Higgins back, he's not going to see as much. But there are a lot of bye weeks, so I think he's one of your better options if you don't have anybody to go to.
One of your safer options anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hayden Hurst, number 11 tight end on the year in PPR. If you players got bye weeks and stuff, I'd probably Hayden Hurst is just as good as any of them to throw on out there. Y'all, you look at other places though, huh, Crowd? He is a little banged up too.
If you got red head, you ain't playing on my team, son. Get that.
Right.
Oh man. I like
Harris,
Hayden Hurst,
man.
bro.
Is that what you call it? Harris?
Is that what it is? I don't know, man. I don't support that. But
Yeah.
like I got Hayden Hurst on my team, dude, and he's been pretty solid for me in my little dynasty team. But it is a tight end premium, so it hasn't been great. But I mean, you know how we feel about tight ends. There's
Yep.
not many of them, so the ones you got to rock them. But
shoot. Well, let's just move on. Detroit headed to Dallas. Dallas been playing good defense this year. Dak Prescott's back in the building. What's before we just? I mean, what does this offense look like? You think it should obviously take a step up, but you think, game one it was versus Tampa Bay. They were struggling big time, even with Dak. My thing is, Dak's coming off that thumb injury or whatever. Russell Wilson had a hard time coming back from something like that last year, so I'm a little skeptical on Prescott, but I can't wait to see what it's all going to look like.
Yeah. I'm starting every single Dallas player I can against Detroit. They're the second worst against the quarterback. They're the second worst against the running back. They're the 8th worst against the receiver. You just keep going. Tight ends, all of them. Just get them all out there. My main question, I'd throw in Zeke. I would throw in Pollard in a flex. Dalton Schultz, first game back. Are y'all comfortable throwing him back in there?
I mean, I ain't comfortable, but I would do it. I mean, that's Dak's guy anyway, so, throw him on in there. Who else you going to play?
yeah, man. I mean, I think more what he was trying to say. How questionable is it? And I think when he goes in, I think he is going to be on a snap count because it's his first time back. But he is a great talent, so he does have the potential to have a good game. If that gets in some trouble, he's going to be looking Schultz's way.
Yeah, I'd have to go back for last year's standings, but Schultz was definitely a top 5. I know I wouldn't. I think he was 3. I don't want to say 3, but I know he was a top 5 tight end last year with Dak.
He was number 3.
Yep, he was.
Yeah.
You're right on that. CD, look for him. I think he'll do what he's been doing. He's the number 12 wide receiver in PPR, and most of that's with Cooper Rush. So I think a CD, if you have him on your team, it could possibly pay off. We could possibly see this guy get some work, maybe some more scoring opportunities. Obviously versus Detroit this week with their defense. Like you said, I'm playing everybody. Even Gallup. Would you throw Gallup in there if you could?
Throw him in there.
Yeah. With a flex play, Gallup, I'd still like to see a game with Dak back with that thumb. It might not be that great, but this is a good. You couldn't ask for a better matchup to come back from a thumb injury.
Oh, no shit.
And see if you got it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Detroit.
I couldn't agree more.
Jared Goff, he's been balling, but he had that terrible game last week. We had him up there in Kirk Cousins land. I think we both still agree with that because Kirk Cousins would have done the same thing. But I think, that aside, I think we looking at DeAndre Swift, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Are they going – I know Swift's been limited. What you think, man? We going to see these guys play in? Or I think we're going to see them play, but what you think? Bouncing back versus Cowboys and that tough defense?
Ooh, so first things first, man. You can't throw shade on my boy Cousins, man. You seen he had the bling bling on. He's winning right now, all right?
Yeah.
Lay off my cousin, man. He's my dynasty quarterback. Oh, we just had an interception in the game. I'm sorry, Matt.
Nice.
Is that a pick six? Is that a pick six from my Arizona defense that I started?
Oh,
no,
man.
it isn't.
Dang, crap. I seen you pick him up today.
What a call.
Wow.
I was trying to look. Yeah, I was trying to look for somebody to replace the Green Bay defense because they are trash ass. But my Yahoo League didn't leave the Cardinals defense on waiver wire. So starting Green Bay. Well, what are we talking about again? We're talking about Detroit.
Okay.
Are
Yeah,
they
man.
bouncing
So
back versus the
Deion,
Cowboys?
Why are you talking about Kirk Cousins?
because he said something about Kirk Cousins, man. He said something about Kirk
Oh,
Cousins.
But we
I
He
thought
said
saying
he was
that
talking
as a.
about.
But the thing
he
is, and
compared him to Jared Goff.
we saying that as a compliment though,
Oh,
not a
I thought
negative.
Ian.
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad. But
yeah.
Cousins
So
is the man.
The question
Anyways,
is, Kraft, are Swift and Amon-Ra
yeah.
St. Brown, they're coming back. Are they going to be doing what they do versus this Cowboys defense that's been stout?
I'm
Yeah,
yeah, I'm always scared to death of the Cowboys defense, but them two, Amon-Ra has been a beast when he's been on the field. DeAndre Swift is a beast when he's on the field. You're going to start him, but I mean, you're never going to get your best performances against this Cowboys defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a tough defense to go up against, dude. Got some great players, some must stars like Swift and St. Brown, but other than that, dude, if you
Yeah,
ain't got to, you better not.
Hawkinson, you throwing him in?
I guess.
Might as well. Shit.
Might as well.
Let's move on though. New York Giants headed to Jacksonville. The Giants, I've been saying it all year. They're 5-1. I still ain't buying into these bums. I still think they trash. I think that. And the thing is, though, I think they could win this game. They could be 6-1, and I'm gonna come back in here next week talk about. I still think they trash. Daniel Jones, pretty good super flex play, but Saquon is pretty much the only player I really want. But we talked about Wandell and Bellinger. Not some decent stashes, I guess. Dynasty wise, there's some pretty good stashes. They definitely need to be rostered. But what you make of that Giants offense, Kraft? Just Saquon for me.
Yeah, it's just Saquon. I'm starting Wandell Robinson, and actually in a couple leagues, he come back, got a touchdown last week, but only played 23% of snaps. But he was coming off an injury, so I think he's going to be out there over 50% of snaps probably. They don't really have anybody to throw the ball to. So, if you're really in a pinch like I am, I got a lot of bye weeks. I'm just throwing him in there because it looks like they're giving him a lot of manufactured touches.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Bellinger maybe, and that's it for the Giants on my end.
Yeah. Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence. I think we've pretty much where are we at on the James Robinson. I think that dude's just kind of fading. He got off to a hot start, but he looks a little slow. Kind of like what I was thinking he was gonna look like. O-line's not even that good for Jacksonville neither. It's just kind of like a tough situation. But ETN, how we feeling about it, Kraft?
Shoot, I really want to get in on this one because I was I've been talking about ETN the whole time we've been doing this podcast and just keep growing and growing like a nasty mole. It's just like he keeps growing on me though, man. Like he's starting to get the snaps, and that's what I was worried about. But at this point, I would much rather in a dynasty and redraft, I would rather have ETN.
Yeah, man, I agree, especially in a dynasty draft. Like I honestly drafted James Robinson in one of my leagues, like I have done for the past 2 or 3 years, for the sheer fact that he's a great trade. He's a great person to trade in the first few weeks, man, because he seems like he always does that. He always, does really good. And before ETN was there, it was because he got hurt, but now this year it just seems like he's just kind of ceding more and more snaps to ETN, and ETN is just starting to look better and better. I mean, I still don't believe in the Jacksonville offense yet. Trevor Lawrence is looking better. They got a good coach. They're starting to move the ball, but yeah, especially in a dynasty league, ETN is the man to have. And I think Robinson, you can just kind of stash him right now unless you're on buys, and he's a good start for a fill-in role if you got a bye week. I think he's better than your average.
Christian Kirk, obviously. Go for it, Kraft.
Oh, Andy Dalton just threw it. Oh, is this another pick six?
No.
Go. 2 pick sixes for my
Oh
defense,
my
baby.
What the
God,
fuck,
What are
bro.
you
bro?
talking about?
What the
Get it.
fuck?
Get it.
That's just
On
That
Thursday
is what
night?
I'm talking about.
So you started
Oh,
off.
man. But
Yeah,
James Robinson. Yeah. 12 rushes last week. ETN had 10. So James Robinson ain't getting totally faded out, but it's looking like it's getting that way.
Hey man, I know since we were just watching that. That's Isaiah Simmons, that Clemson guy right there.
Oh,
Christian
boo.
Christian Kirk obviously is in your lineups. Zay Jones possibly in your lineups if you're in a pinch. I don't really think Zay Jones is that bad of an option at sometimes, but he ain't really been doing much lately. Evan Ingram, you're throwing him in if you need to. That's how I feel about
Actually,
the
Evan
offense.
Ingram has been kind of sleepy good, I do believe.
Yep.
I think he was one of your top waiver wire pickups. Last 2 weeks, he scored about 27 points in 2 weeks. Man, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Evan Ingram's tight end 17 on the year. That's behind Daniel Bellinger. Will Disley, he just gets touchdowns like
The disser.
every other week.
Uh,
Yeah,
Disseminator.
so
well,
he's
shoot.
better than
Zach
Kyle
Ertz?
Pitts, though.
Zach Ertz.
Yeah, we got
You watching something?
Colts
I don't
headed
know
to
what just happened.
Tennessee. Matt Ryan had he was a running back too this week. Jonathan Taylor, they're saying he's back at it. Pittman, you starting him? Pierce, are you starting Pierce if in a flex spot?
Yes.
Yes.
That's it for me.
Yes. That's a yes for me. If it's between Tyler Boyd and Alex Pierce, dude, I'm picking Pierce. I mean, I got dude, just watching him and Matt Ryan, they got a little chemistry going on, man. And I don't know, dude. He seems to be a good player, bro. I'm starting him.
Yo, what the hell? Where did Paris Campbell come from last week? 11 targets, 7 receptions for 57 and a TD. I'm not playing him, but
No, I wouldn't play him. No.
Wow.
Pretend I didn't even say that shit. He's not in nobody's lineups. He had a good game, probably the best game he's ever had in his life.
Ever will have.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, dude. Alex Pierce is a stud. I'm actually going back to it, sorry, but just want to tell you how much on this cat I am. I'm starting him over Jerry Jeudy, Drake London, and Curtis Samuel this week.
Very nice.
Yeah, I heard
I like
that.
it. I would definitely do that.
I
like it.
Shoot. Tennessee, we got Ryan Tannehill. You know how I feel about Tannehill. I can't stand him. He's a bum. Derrick Henry, does he get rushing and receiving yards over 107 and a half?
Dog.
107 and a half rushing yards or rushing and
Rushing and receiving 107 and a half versus the Colts.
Dog.
Ian, talk for a second. I'm gonna look up
Dog.
some stuff.
He's the dog, man. He's gonna get 133 yards. He's gonna get 7 targets, 5 receptions, 26 carries, man. He's gonna go off on these fucking Colts, dude. It's a division game. They're gonna be at each other's throats. You know what I mean? I don't think Tannehill's gonna have to do anything. I mean, as long as Matt Ryan can get the ball to Alex Pierce, that's all that matters, man. I just want Derrick Henry to eat him up. I think he's a great player, dude, and I think he's going to end up the RB1 this year, man. He's starting to catch passes now. I think he caught 10 for 10 last week. Is that right?
No, that's Deion Jackson.
That was Deion Jackson, man. But sorry, you're right. I'm getting teams mixed up, but no. But
Derrick Henry has never caught 10 passes in a game.
But he's starting to get more passes per game, and
yeah,
he doesn't need it, but it's just a cherry on top.
Yeah, and Matt, to answer your question, while I told Ian to talk a minute, I was looking at the Indies rush defense. They're allowing 121 rushing yards per game, so hit it.
Yep, we looking for a big game. Robert Woods, are we playing him, man?
No.
Yeah,
no.
I would avoid it, but P. Miller, if you're out there, we saying do something else. He's hoping Robert Woods is going to come through for him in the Average Joe's League this week. But heck, I mean, I don't blame him. I got crazy stuff going on in that league too, so.
Bro, let's do it.
Let's just move on to Craft Squad. Got the shirt on now. Packers going to Washington. Uh, y'all better win this game. That's all I'm gonna say. Going against Taylor. Is Heineke starting this week? Is that
Heineke is starting this week, man.
dang crap? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I see that now. Well, what's this offense look like with Heineke? Does it look better or it could look good, could look bad type deal like that? I don't know. What you think?
Shoot, I ain't high on, and this doesn't have anything to do with Green Bay and me being a Green Bay fan, but I'm not high on none of the Commanders, Redskins, football teams, receivers at all. I mean, you can start McLaurin,
Yeah.
and Samuel, but just don't expect too much. They ain't great, and Green Bay, for what it's worth, their rush defense is awful.
Yeah.
But they're 26th against receivers. They're 31st, as in 31st most points allowed. So they're one of the best. And 26 against wide receivers. So tight ends are 29th. You can't really throw on them. They have some of the best cornerbacks and the best secondary, one of the best secondaries, but you can run on them all you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron Jones, Dylan, Lazard, Dubs. You feel comfortable playing all four of them? I'll be honest, I'm not comfortable playing A.J. Dillon. I've sat him a couple weeks in a row over other guys. Yeah. I mean, I would like tonight. We got Eno going. I'd play Eno over Dillon tonight. So,
I can't believe you forgot about 50 Cent. How you forget about 50 Cent over there on the Commanders, man? Brian Robinson.
Oh, heck, I didn't even know what the heck he was talking about when you said that. I was like, what? 50 Cent? But
many men, man. Many.
Well, shoot, B-Rob,
Wish that upon me.
I mean, you know how it's like you said about B-Rob the other day. Like, he's just a whatever. What did you say about him? Talk about grinding it out, a bruiser running back or something like that.
No, I said he's a first and second down back for a bad team, and you can play him in good matchups, which I think this is a good matchup because I think the game will be close. And I'm done saying that the Packers should win this game. I don't know. I have no idea. This should be a very close game. No. It's going to come down to the wire, and I don't know who will win this game.
Yeah, dude. I want to talk about the Packers too, man. And I think Aaron Rodgers hit the nail on the head, dude. I definitely think they need to simplify. And he said that is a very safe word. He's very careful about what he says in the press conferences. But I think that was the perfect word to choose because it's true, man. And they got so much going on in these timing rounds. I think they just need to get back to the slants across the middle, you know what I mean, and get that thing figured out. But when it comes to the defense, yeah, dude, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, really lacking in the run defense, and we got a couple good safeties and corners back there trying to hold it down. But I think this is a good game for if you gotta play McLaurin or Samuel. I mean, they might get some stuff done, and I would definitely play Lazard and probably Dobbs. Against these Commanders because they really haven't been starting stuff.
I agree. You feel comfortable with
What
Dobbs?
About Dylan? Are you flexing Dylan at all?
See, I had Dylan. I was on Dylan at the beginning of the year. I wanted him, a couple shares of him, but I only got one, and I got him real late. I already had 3 running backs, and then I got Dylan, and then I was so excited about it. Wanted to start him every week, and then now I just ended up trading him out, and I'm happy I did because it's one of those players where you either start him every week because he could blow up at any time, or you got to sit him every week, and I just hate having that. So I kind of got him off, and I think now is the time to get him off. You know what I mean? Especially if he does good this week against the Commanders, I would try to ship him out and try to get something else you need. Honestly, I love A.J. Dillon. Don't get me wrong. You're the future of my boys, but we got to figure some shit out. They need to get the ball to these 2 running backs, man. They're the features of this team. Aaron Rodgers, it can't go through him right now. It needs to go through these running backs. And so they need to figure out how to do that, where it's him and the running backs. Something needs to happen.
Kraft, man, I know I just got to say it real quick. You realize in the Superflex League, you just got a trade done. You just traded CD Lamb for Cooper Kupp. Just went down literally 1 second ago on my phone.
Give me that. He's going for the win this year. He said, "Screw the future." We'll say we going for the win this year.
Shoot,
Wait, who did what?
Yeah, you got old Cooper
Okay.
Kupp. That was a good
Who
move.
traded? Wait, you traded CeeDee Lamb for Cooper Kupp just now?
In Dynasty.
Hold on, Charles.
Going for the win. I don't
You
blame
just
you.
got Cooper. I mean, I would have done it too.
Yeah, I mean, heck. All right, well, shoot. Let's just move on to the next game, which is, heck, New York Jets headed to Denver. My guy Pete Miller, slick done turned into a Jets fan. I've been seeing him talk about the Jets. That's because he got Brees Hall though, and I don't blame him. I turned into a Jets fan too if I had Brees Hall.
Bro, if I turned into a fan of every good running back I'd have, I'd be a fan of like every team, bro.
Right. I'm with you on that. Zach Wilson, a good little super flex play. Good little super flex play. Brees Hall, he's obviously in your lineups. You know, I'm gonna be honest though, with these receivers for the Jets, I think I want to stay away from, old Surtain over there for Denver. He's locking folks up, locking them up.
Shutting them down.
Yes. Stay away.
Stay away if you can.
Plus, Zach Wilson really is still not giving me it all. Neither one of these quarterbacks I want to start, bro.
Agreed. Big time.
Wilson brothers.
Yep, the Wilsons.
The Wilson
fuckers.
The bastards. The Wilson bastards, bro.
But shoot,
yeah, they ain't shit. And to go back what you said, Zach Wilson, the super flex. I got Russell Wilson and Zach Wilson in a dynasty league. I'm starting Russ against the Jets rather than Zach against the Broncos.
That was tough for me right there, Kraft. I ain't gonna lie.
Everybody hates on Russ because he's supposed to be good, but Zach Wilson, his 3 games so far, 20. Okay, 20 is okay.
Yeah.
36 passing attempts. So he had 20, 14, and 4.
Yeah.
18 passing attempts last game.
That's horrid.
It's awful. 14 and 4. Come on.
Why would you even bring that up?
Because Zach Wilson isn't it. So, but they're winning. They're doing the Falcons thing. They're doing the Falcons thing right now. They're able to run the ball, play good defense.
So pretty much
honestly,
until they get a game.
Go for it.
I'm trying to talk on that right time, dude. But I was just gonna say, well, honestly, when Joe Flacco was there and when Joe Flacco was starting, dude, that was very surprising to me, dude. So a lot of that success they had came with Flacco. You got to remember. So Zach really hasn't had a chance to. I mean, he had, like you said, I mean, he had a one good game where he balled out, in week 4, but he hasn't been terrible. Just last week, it could be forgettable, So we'll see what he does this week. I mean, he's got a terrible defense, and I feel bad for him, but he's actually got 3 terrible defenses coming up. Now that I look at it, he's playing Denver. They got New England, and then straight over to Buffalo.
Whew.
Or they're playing New England and Buffalo at home. Yeah, and then they get a break. But that's a hard 3 weeks coming up for these Jets. So we're gonna see if they're really those fucking 4-2 guys, or are they gonna be, 4-4 going into bye?
Or
4-5.
Melvin Gordon?
Yeah.
How do you feel about throwing him in a game? We all saw what happened last week. That Joker just didn't really play too much. Not really even sure what was going on. I thought he was probably banged up, but it kind of doesn't look like it. So, you throwing Gordon in your lineup?
I did see where I saw where they said that he was a starter, but I'm not wanting to start either one. I don't really. A coach can say one thing and then show something else, and they shown that Latavius Murray is who they wanted on the field. So tell me. Say you're going to start him all you want. You can put him out there on the first snap and say he started and then not playing for the rest of the game. So,
yep. That's exactly what it looked like. Yeah.
I ain't doing it.
Sutton, Judy, I know you're probably playing them, but do you feel good about it?
No.
Actually, dude, I benched Jerry Judy for Alec Pierce, man. So
Dang,
Yeah.
Dunk wouldn't like that. He's high on Judy for some odd reason. But shoot,
Yeah.
let's just move on to the next guy, man. Unless you want to play Dolchich, would you play Dolchich? Would you sling him in?
No, not after one game. But
Um,
you can go snag him on waivers.
Houston headed to Las Vegas. For Houston, Damian Pierce, Cooks. I think Cooks has probably been played in a lot of leagues this week with buys and injuries going down. Damian Pierce is obvious to me. I think Damian Pierce is a home run. Been a home run.
Yep.
I've been on that one for a while. So
You and me both there, Matty boy.
hey,
You and me both. I called
Kraft.
that shit in Dynasty. I was like, man, we got this.
Yeah, Kraft. What you think? Best Pierce and Cooks. You got any intro in Nico Collins or?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good on Collins. Cooks. You know how we feel about Cooks. He's usually pretty steady, and I think he's still going to be steady. He had a couple little rough games there in the third, fourth week, but Cooks should be in your lineup. I would start him over players like Gallup, right?
Yeah.
Gallup, Boyd, Alec Pierce, Alec Pierce or Cooks.
Honestly, who's I'll just drew a blank. Who's Indy playing this week?
Tennessee.
Indy's playing Tennessee.
So I might go fucking Cooks over that because he's a more proven receiver. Plus, they got Kenneth Byard back there, and they got a pretty good secondary. And Las Vegas, they're giving up. I don't know. You're kind of got the numbers going on over there, Austin. How many points to receivers? But it doesn't seem.
So Tennessee.
No, Las Vegas. I feel like they're giving up a lot more than Tennessee is.
Well, actually, Tennessee's ranked 11 against receivers, and Tennessee is ranked second worst. So the second most points to receivers, and the Raiders are 11th worst.
Okay.
So right there in the middle. So Tennessee's awful against the pass, but they're very good against the run, actually.
Yeah. Well, so I guess I would probably just go Cooks over Pierce at that point then.
Yeah,
but
that's
a pretty good.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think I'd roll with Cooks over Pierce this week. But I think we should be watching out for Pierce. But he looked pretty good. So, Las Vegas, we got Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, man, I cannot believe they didn't pick up that dude's fifth year, man. Every time I see this dude is playing real good. He looks good every week. But Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, you're probably playing them mostly. I know Renfro's been down, but you're probably still playing him. Whew, man, his numbers are so awful. I don't know, man. I'd probably look somewhere else if I could, but
Waller's out.
Waller's out.
Ooh, man.
I don't know, man.
It's not looking good for Vegas right now. And you're right. Josh Jacobs is like the only shining star. And I don't like to say I told you so, but I did on that son of a gun this year. And they got such a good team, and I hate everything that happened with Gruden and all that. Like I felt like everything was coming together, and it sucks how stuff like that can just totally whitewall you. But they've always been tough, and I think they're gonna grind back, but it's just they got a lot of shit to figure out.
What the hell is up with all the sentiment, man? Shut the hell up about all that sissy. I want the Raiders to be better. Screw the Raiders. Screw Devontae, man. Come on. The Raiders ain't jack, man. Just keep on losing. You move you lose in Oakland, you move somewhere else and lose some more. Let's just keep it going.
But they always seem to have a good running back for some reason, man.
There's a tear in your eye for some reason about the Raiders. I don't understand.
I don't either. I don't know. I think it was more of a Gruden thing, dude. Like I like John Gruden, dude. He was one of my favorite coaches, and then all that shit kind of just undid it for me, dude. So I had a hard moment thinking about John Gruden not being a coach anymore. Kill me, okay?
So it looks like Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams are pretty much the guys you want to play. Hunter Renfrow, if you super have to, but I wouldn't want to.
No.
Oh, don't forget about their main star, Daniel Carlson.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my boy.
There you
That's
goat.
why
go.
he does so good because they don't score any touchdowns, man.
Yeah,
Great
right,
team, no touchdowns equals great kicker. I
right.
mean, look at Brandon McManus and who else we got?
Yeah, he's always
List
a
goes
good
on.
play.
Yeah.
We should do an episode on kickers one day, Kraft.
It'll be about 2 minutes long. It'll be like just name 5 kickers and then get off. I don't think anybody. That'll be the least viewed video we've ever had.
Right, right. All right, next we got Seattle headed to the Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers. Geno Smith, I think he kind of came back to earth last week. He had been going off the rest of the year, but earlier in the year. But Geno Smith, in a super flex, I wouldn't mind playing him again. Kenneth Walker, though, what you think? Big week this week?
Dude, it's hard to say, man. I mean, I want to say yeah. I want to say yeah, dude. Against these Chargers, man, they're kind of missing a couple key pieces in their defense. And Kenneth Walker looked like a stud last week, dude. I got him going in Dynasty, so I like for him to give me a bunch of points. What you think, cousin?
I mean, Kenneth Walker's an every week start for me. If you had him and you benched him, I was talking to Trey Wiggins today. He's an avid listener, so I just want to give a shout out to him. He
What up,
probably gave
Trey?
Yes,
a
sir.
5-star on here. But shoot, if you got Kenneth Walker right now and you held on to him through free agency and everything like that, you just got you like a 3rd round draft pick for nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, I'm with you. Metcalf, Lockett, throwing them both in.
Yeah, I'm trusting in that.
Yep, same, man. I pretty much did a whole 180 on that one. I turned all the way around. I was so down on them guys, but now, hey,
Same. I was too, man. Everybody kind of Seattle out, including me, dude. But it just goes to show Pete Carroll's a better coach than we all gave him credit for.
yeah, I do think he's a pretty good coach, and I think Geno Smith is a little bit more solid than what I was thinking he was going to be. But
Same.
Chargers, Justin Herbert. I said it last episode. I think this dude's banged up. I
He's
think,
hurt.
I think he's hurt. Olave had a big old play right there.
Taysom Hill threw that ball to him too.
Dang. Well,
Taysom
heck,
Hill does everything, man.
they might just need to start that Joker. That man Andy Dalton looking like some boo boo.
Kamara needs to score right here. I need Kamara to just give me a touchdown and I'll be happy.
Eckler, like we've been saying, we're done worrying about Eckler. I was concerned for him at first, but it is what it is. Eckler's your number 1 running back in PPR leagues. Keenan Allen, I think he's supposed to come back this week.
Maybe.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's
maybe.
maybe.
The bye week is next. The bye week is next week. So if the Chargers want to, they can hold him out this week and next. He was limited today. So it's not a for sure thing yet.
Yeah.
Well,
that's about it. I mean, Gerald Everett's a pretty good start too, I think.
Yeah, I like Gerald Everett. Just throw him in there.
Yep, Jared Everett.
Especially with Keenan out. And what about Palmer? Anybody on Palmer if Keenan's out?
Hey, man, my brother's been playing Palmer. It paid off last week. So,
yeah.
I'm not opposed to it. I'll probably keep doing it if I could.
Yeah, we've been kind of back and forth with Palmer a little bit, but golly, it seemed like he caught 1,000,000 balls last week. I'm gonna look and see what
12
his
targets
were, but every time I looked up,
12 targets on nine receptions on 12 targets last year for Palmer. So I wouldn't mind sliding him on in there again.
And going back to if you going back to bye weeks and kickers, man, if you're looking for one, Jay Myers, he's the number 7 on the year right now. I got him going in one of my leagues, so that's that.
Palmer last week, we were looking it up, man. I had to say
Go ahead.
9 for 57, 4.75 yards per catch. That's like some running back type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, that dude Herbert's got to be banged up. Gotta be.
He can't. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
But
Crazy.
shoot,
I
man.
started though.
move on to some of these other games. Kansas City, San Francisco.
Ooh.
San Fran winning this one.
Man,
Upset alert. Upset alert.
I don't know if
So
I'm buying
let
into
me
that
give
one.
you let me give you guys some trivia. So, well, I don't know if it's trivia, but I learned today that this is actually so it's George Kittle and Travis Kelsey, and they run an organization. And it inspires a bunch of young tight ends called the Tight End University. And actually, this game falls on tight end day. They started a whole day just from like George Kittle started this whole thing with Travis Kelsey, and it's just awesome. And then so the NFL, I love how they do that. You know, they randomize these games, but at the same time, like they put these two guys going together, one or two of the best tight ends in the whole league, maybe in the game. You know, on tight end day, and I just want to recognize these tight ends because they work their ass off, and some of them are like the best athletes in the league. Really, I mean, these guys do it all a lot of times. I just thought that was cool. Something I want to mention. I just learned that today.
Shout out to the tight ends. I mean, we're obviously playing Kelsey. I
Yeah,
prop Kittle. Kittle been struggling a little bit, but Kittle had a what did he do? He bounced back last week. I can't even remember. Yep, 16 points.
yes.
So 16 PPR points. So, yeah, Kansas City. I'm not with you though. This ain't upset alert for me. I think they gonna probably bust them up.
Well, we'll see. San Fran's going to take this game.
How we feel
Kansas
about
City's playing where?
how we
Where
feeling
they play?
about Clyde this coming up?
I think
Clyde, you look like you froze for a minute.
I did, I saw it. But
You looked super ugly too in that freeze. It was bad.
maybe I'll edit that out, but probably won't. What you call it? Clyde Edwards-Helaire. How we feeling about him?
he's been kind of ugly this past couple games, man. I don't know, dude. Like he's been logging 9 carries, sorry, 9 attempts, and hasn't been very productive on them in the last 2 weeks. I mean, he had 19 in week 4, but other than that, he had 7, 8, 7, and just to me, he's always kind of been a player I've been down on. And early in the year, he looked really great, but I don't know, man. This San Francisco, they don't really give up that much, so he might be a bench for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should
I
have
can
sold
say
him.
he's almost benchable. Yeah, you should have sold him, and if he has another good game, you should sell him again.
Yeah,
Try to sell him again.
sell, sell, sell. That's how I see
Sell,
it.
sell, sell, sell.
What about these receivers like Juju and Scantling? Like, is any you don't have any love for him, Kraft?
Shit, just it's like throwing shit against the wall, man. Which one is it gonna stick? Is it gonna stick? Like, I mean, just what I mean, I can't give any expert advice or any kind of advice on these receivers. I mean, it's just a shot in the dark, really.
I agree. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. San Fran, Jimmy G, Jeff Wilson. What are we doing about Jeff Wilson? It looked like he kind of got benched last week. I still, he been looking good up until that point.
Yeah, he's got a cool name, Jeff. I
Yeah,
like it, but but I mean, yeah, I would just throw that last game in the trash. And this is the team that's going to get McCaffrey. So start Jeff Wilson while you can.
yep.
Calling it
Yeah,
here
man.
on the
Yeah.
Cruise podcast.
Uh, Debo, you obviously playing him. Ayuk had a big game last week. I like the talent of Ayuk. Are we feeling comfortable in the flex spot, or is it still like, yo, I'll play if I need to? That type of
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got him going in my flex spot. Especially after last week, dude, he put up and before that, he was putting up like 9 points a game or, somewhere in there. So he's not a terrible start. And anytime, he can crack a big one. And so I think he's pretty safe, especially versus Kansas City. I think they've been pretty generous to receivers this year.
Yeah.
Would you go Juju or would you go Ayuk?
You
Dang. Yeah, that's tough, man. tough. I might would go IU
Kansas.
though.
No, it ain't.
You're right about Kansas City, though, and Kansas City is giving up the third most points to receivers this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and on the other side of the ball, you got San Fran, and we know they're a good defense. They've given up the 28th most. So,
Yeah.
I think I would do IU too.
Man, let's move on. Sunday night football. Pittsburgh, Miami. Looks like Tua's going to be back. I'm glad to have him back. Looks like Kenny Pickett's going to be back. He had a little concussion. Bunch of concussions.
But,
They gonna be back.
everybody's been getting that one, man.
Najee, though, we've been fading Najee all year, though. How we feel? I mean, you obviously got to play him, but you think he has a better game versus Miami?
I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. That Miami defense is they're hit and miss, man. And I mean, I don't know. Just depends on which team shows up. I mean, they got Tua back, so they might have to end up throwing the ball, man. Kenny Pickett might drop back 35, 40 times, Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Miami's one of the most over. They're not a good defense. They're really not. But one thing I can promise that you will not see in this game is when a team scores a touchdown, Tua will not be headbutting anybody, and neither will Kenny Pickett.
Right.
They're not banging. They ain't banging helmets this game, man.
No.
But yeah, we'll make it quick with this one. Tua's in, super flex. Jalen Waddle's in for sure. Tyreek's in for sure. Gesicki is desperation.
Yeah. He been playing pretty good, though,
Yeah.
lately.
What'd you think, Ian?
Yeah, man.
Gesicki?
Yeah, I agree. Gesicki's kind of desperation. Like Tua kind of likes him in the end zone. He's a red zone target, but dude, you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle still in targets, and those guys, they get so many yak yards, dude. It's hard not to get the ball to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fryer move. He's coming back from a concussion too, so no headbutts for him as well.
They're just gonna be running aimlessly around the field.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Real quick, those receivers, Deontay Johnson, Claypool, Pickens. I feel like Deontay Johnson. You'd probably play him, right?
Yeah, I'd play. Yeah, not exciting. Just
nope.
Yeah,
don't feel good about it. Monday. Let's just move on to Monday Night Football. This game right here, I'm gonna take the under on this game. Every time I see Chicago in a game, I'm just like, whatever the under is, I'm probably taking it. Got Justin Fields versus. Well, heck, I don't even know who's going to quarterback for New England, right? Mac Jones or Zappy. But
I think it's going to be Jones this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of leaning towards too. You think it's Zappy?
I think.
Shoot, I think it's going to be
Zappy. Well, y'all thinking wrongs.
Well, I think if Jones is healthy, man, Zappy's not going to play. But
yeah.
I think Belichick. I think Belichick will save Jones if he thinks he doesn't need to get hurt. He's not one of those coaches that's just going to throw him out there like they did down in Miami. But
yeah, I'm thinking. Let's hit these running backs for both of these squads. Montgomery, Stevenson, and then we got Damian Harris coming back. Obviously, Khalil Herbert's on the. I mean, these running backs are like running backs you might want to play, but then it's like these wide receivers are guys that I wouldn't want, except for like Mooney and Myers. But I don't know. It's like this to me, this is gonna be a low scoring game. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be in the trenches. It looks like it's supposed to rain too.
Yeah. Monday Night Football, raining in New England, cold too.
Woo! That sounds like some good football though, man. I gotta admit, dude. Not for fantasy purposes, but I do like to see a good juggernaut smash face. Can't throw the ball, gotta run it. Everybody's sliding football. And Roquan Smith seems to like it too, so he might get another shot at it.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Bulldogs.
What you think, Kraft? Any love for any of these guys? Anything to say?
That's the only way Chicago can win games. They beat San Fran week 1 when there was a hurricane. So it's like, let's just flood the field, see if we can win one. But New England's defense is going to be the highest scoring fantasy performer in this game.
Oh,
Yeah, you
yeah.
might be right.
I'm playing them, too. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, New England's defense has been stout. I would look it up, but anybody who's played fantasy football ever knows to throw that Patriots defense in that lineup this week.
Heck, crap.
You don't have to have me tell you to do it this time.
I always keep New England on my roster, and then if I just can't play them, I'll go get me another defense. So I'll just keep that New England stashed right there. I can't do it in the redraft league, but in the dynasty league, it's like they're part of my future plans, man.
Yeah, I just get whoever's going against the Bears.
Right, exactly.
Pretty much.
Couldn't agree.
Tell
with
them
you,
boys how y'all sorry ass starting Tyquan Thornton this week,
bro. I've been telling you, man. This league, I'm like been getting killed, but I've been getting so lucky too, though, because I just picked up Allen Robinson. The dude got me 14. I was like, yeah. I've been getting lucky in the Average Joe's league. Like I've scored less than a lot of y'all, and I'm 4-2.
God.
And the thing is, this is my thing, though. I've been going out there with no Jonathan Taylor, no Amon-Ra St. Brown. If I could get them, I'll be poised for a little run if I keep getting lucky and those two keep coming. If those two will come back.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. You scored 625 points and are in fifth. You're 4-2. I've scored 717 points and I'm 2-4.
Yeah,
you little.
I'm gonna lose this week though.
you should have lost.
I said that last week though too. I was like, I'm gonna lose this week. I somehow won. I just woke up, saw I won. So
okay, cool.
That's just how it is. I'm on
a 2-win streak right now, so it's not 6 wins like Noah, but we can't all be perfect.
Yeah, shout out to Noah. That dude been. I think he might be going against P. Miller this week. I think so.
Yeah,
I told him he got to beat him.
Oh yeah.
Well, shoot, man. Let's wrap it on up, man. Y'all got anything to say to the people? Kraft, you got anything to say to our people out there?
Just appreciate all y'all for listening and tuning in, and hearing our beautiful voices. Speak to y'all every day, every other day.
Right.
And I would just want to shout out, man, both of these guys, Crafty Boy and Curly Q. Appreciate you having me on here, man. It's always good to jump on, talk fantasy, the fake shit.
Yeah.
And just chitter chatter back and forth, watching football.
Got to get you in the studio next time we at headquarters in. Crack us open a few beers. Be fun.
I'm down, dude.
Bring a jacket.
Down. Bring it. Yeah, we was in the cold last week, man.
We were getting it. We had them beers. We had that alcohol to warm our blood.
That's all you need, man.
I was like, dang, I wish I had brought me some Jack Daniels that night. I'd have been drinking it straight from the bottle.
Yeah, dude. That's all I do, son. I'll bring some Jack in a jacket, dude. That's right.
All right, man. Let's wrap it on up, man. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Add us. Give us a little 5-star review. 4 and below is unacceptable. It's unacceptable, man. If I see a 4 on there, I might flip. I might just flip the phone, flip the computer. So, but yeah, man, we done. We out.
And don't put a 4 on there just to see him flip the computer.
Yeah, don't test us. Test us.
Definitely don't. I'm gonna be real. I was telling a little story the other day about how I almost lost a matchup on a stat correction. I was like deleting the app, punching the steering wheel on the way home. I was like I hate fantasy, man. Shout out to my guy Michael Mitchell, the dude about had a mental breakdown last week watching Mike Williams blow it for him.
Damn, dude.
Hey, man, Kraft, he even changed his name to mentally unstable on his thing. Dude's like, so shout out to Michael if you're listening. He said he was going. He's like, I'm going through a lot. I was dying, man.
Damn.
Hey, that's how fantasy is, though. I'll be wanting to kick stuff down, man.
Bro, yeah. I'm trying to tell you.
When you lose by 1 point and your kicker missed a fucking field goal. Talk about golly.
And the thing is the people on here better be glad we was recording, because when Eno Benjamin didn't get that touchdown after being on the field, I wanted to just punch the screen right now, but I held back.
You got the 2-point conversion if that makes you feel any better.
Man, a little bit, but it's better than nothing. But
Yeah.
man, speaking of that, before I do, if you guys listen to anybody out there who's listened to the podcast in the summer, I said, I think his name's Keontae Ingram for Arizona. I said that was a sneaky stash. I said keep roster him, put him on there in your taxi squad. If you were listening, he's there for you. Got him a little TD tonight.
He stole it. He stole it, but he got it.
Well, shoot, man. Y'all ready to be done?
James Conner's done.
Done.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have bought into him. Shouldn't have bought in. I was fading him anyways.
I'm glad I didn't.
Well, shoot, man. Let's be done.
I need to let Ian tell me who to draft at running back next year, and I'll tell him the receivers. He'll tell me to running back.
There we go. We'll make a dream team. 2 dream teams.
Well, shoot, man. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll just play each other in the championship every year. Sorry, go ahead.
Nah, go on, man. We out of here, man. Let's get out of here.
All right, bye.
Peace.